This is crazy, but we just got brand new information about what Marvel is adding to Avengers Endgame when it re-releases in theaters, and I think I figured out exactly how they're connecting this to Doomsday, and if they pull it off, it could be insane. So let's talk about this news and what I think we're actually going to see in this new footage being added to the film. But first, if you actually want to watch this re-release of Avengers Endgame with new footage, you should know that tickets are going on sale tomorrow on Tuesday. We don't know what time exactly yet. I would check around 9 a.m. in the morning Eastern time and noon Eastern time. That's normally when these things go live. We also now officially know how much longer this new version of Avengers Endgame is, and this report is coming straight from the AMC Theaters website where you buy their tickets, and the new runtime is only 4 minutes longer than the original version, which kind of shuts down a lot of theories about what we're actually going to see in this movie. I'll get to my theories on what I think this new scene is going to be in a second, but I'm not mad about it only being 4 minutes longer than the original. This is longer than most post-credit scenes in the MCU, so it's actually going to be a pretty decent length scene, giving us a lot of clues about Doomsday. I don't think this one's happening, but one of the most popular theories about this new scene is that it was going to be Steve Rogers going around returning all the Infinity Stones, and then we were going to see how this ended up causing an incursion or how it caught the attention of Doctor Doom, which that second part I don't think is totally off, but I definitely don't think we're going to see this montage of Steve going around returning the Infinity Stones. Again, 4 minutes is pretty short. They could put this in like a montage, but it would feel kind of rushed. I know it's something people have been asking for a long time in the MCU, but I'm not going to lie, I really don't think this is something we need to see. I feel like it's not going to be that interesting just watching him go around and hand a stone back to people. There's probably not much actually happening in these moments here. But like I said, I have some theories about what I think this scene could be. My first one is still Steve Rogers related, but instead of watching him go and put the Infinity Stones back, I think we're actually going to see an extended version of the Steve Rogers teaser trailer we got almost a year ago, where you see Steve getting off his motorcycle, walking into his house, he's looking at the old Captain America suit, and then he's holding his son. Obviously, we know most of those teasers apparently were things filmed separately. They were not going to be put in the final version of Avengers Doomsday. So where would be a perfect place to put that in? A longer version of this in Endgame. Like, imagine we get to watch like a 4-minute scene of him and Peggy just hanging out, their son's there, and then Loki shows up on their doorstep to recruit him or something. Or maybe Doctor Doom just pulls up to his house and he's presenting himself as a hero that needs Steve Rogers' help, because it seems like that is going to be what's happening in this film. At the very beginning, at least, he is going to be pretending to be a good guy. Now, my second theory is way more Doctor Doom related. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see Steve putting back all the Infinity Stones, but I do think there is a shot we see just Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four universe working in a lab, maybe alongside Reed Richards or maybe by himself, and him being a very smart guy. Maybe he has some device or some like signal ready that goes off and it warns him like, oh no, timelines have been disrupted, the Avengers went back in time and Steve messed with stuff. Then maybe we see him get in a ship or use some form of magic and we assume that he just goes to another dimension. Again, this is not going to be a very long scene, but I think just seeing like him and Reed working together for a few minutes would be insanely cool. Now, not very likely. I think my next theory is actually the best and most likely, because although the first two would be incredibly cool, they would give a lot away about Doomsday, and I feel like they've been keeping it very secretive up until this point. So imagine it actually is a post-credit scene, because if you remember at the end of Avengers Endgame, there is no post-credit scene, but you hear a sound. It's just a clanging, and they're like, oh yeah, that was Tony building his first ever Iron Man suit. I think there is such a high chance that we actually get visuals to that scene now, and instead of it being Tony building the suit, it's actually Doctor Doom, and he's making his new Doom mask or some device. Plus, it would let them act like they were actually planning this all along from the end of Avengers Endgame. I think that would be absolutely insane. You know I cooked with this theory. And I also think I figured out what characters are actually dying in Avengers Doomsday. So if you want to see that, click the video above my head right now, and thank you for watching.